Good evening, everyone. We're at a time in life, history, however you want to address it, where there are many things happening, and with what is happening in the Middle East, right now we can count 7 families and many people who are mourning. Those 7 people are only coming back in a flag-draped coffin. That's not to think about all the rest of the people who are being affected by this senseless bombing. Young people, babies, women who are expecting children. The whole thing is just, it's turmoil. And I think the least we can do is to appreciate what we have, but also to commemorate for a few, maybe a minute, for those who have given the greatest sacrifice that can be given. Young men, people. So just for a short pause. I will break the silence by praying. Dear Heavenly Father, from all backgrounds, all religions, all opinions, we ask that compassion supersedes all other entities, where lives will be saved, those who could be maimed, that can be surpassed by ceasing what is endless and aimless. Bless those families who mourn wherever they are, because that is a toll that only they know what it takes. And for those families in Iran or wherever that have been bombed, Israel, we ask that there be compassion for them, regardless of the side they're on, because humanity has only one objective, and that is to maintain life. Bless us all. Let our spirits be lifted, but let us be mindful of sacrifices others make, that we may have the right, the liberty, and the allowance to do what we do. In Allah, God, Yahweh, Buddha, to whomever we pray, amen. Pledge of allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Please call the roll.
The Honorable Greg Knudsen, Mayor.
Here.
Harold Phillips, Councilmember, 1st Ward.
Present.
Shelton Ponder, Councilmember, 1st Ward.
Here.
Kelly Rentozel, Councilmember, 2nd Ward.
Present.
Adam Travis, Councilmember, 2nd Ward.
Present.
Kevin Graham, Councilmember, 3rd Ward.
Present.
Jeff Watt, Councilmember, 3rd Ward.
Present.
Gene Gintrip, Councilmember, 4th Ward.
Present.
Michael Hagan, Councilmember, 4th Ward.
Present.
First item on the agenda is consent agenda.
Move to approve. Second.
Then motion second, any discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, consent agenda passes. Next item is ordinance approving a plan for industrial development project authorizing the issuance of taxable industrial development revenue bonds in amount, aggregate principal amount not to exceed $41,052,000, authorize certain documents and actions in connection therewith. Mr. Smith.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Council. As Mayor mentioned, we have an opportunity in front of us for a $41 million expansion at the L&B facility located at 3251 East Heartland Drive. The facility they've been located at since 2014. The request is for 10 years at 75% tax abatement on personal property only. And this will be for a new product line that will be going in their existing facility. So, we're excited about this opportunity. It will bring an additional 154 jobs, to that site location with an average wage around 78,000. So, good paying jobs, another obviously, amount of jobs as well. So we're excited about the opportunity to bring us 665,000 in pilots and a projected abatement level back to L&B Automotive of $1.996 million. So happy to take any questions on the L&B Chapter 100.
Any questions for Mr. Smith? Thank you, Mr. Smith. All right, this has a public hearing associated with it, so we're gonna open the public hearing. Anybody wishes to come forward and speak on this, come on up. I don't see anybody coming forward. We're gonna close the public hearing.
Move to waive the rules, consider this on first read. Second.
There's been a motion, a second to waive the rules and consider on first read. All in favor, raise your right hand. All is opposed, motion to waive the rules passes unanimously.
Move it's approved. Second.
Been a motion, a second, any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. All is opposed, ordinance passes unanimously and is approved by the mayor. Oh, it does? Oh, it says revenue bonds.
Roll call.
All right, we're gonna, let's do a roll call.
Councilmember Phillips?
Yes.
Councilmember Ponder?
Yes.
Councilmember Posel?
Yes.
Councilmember Travis?
Yes.
Councilmember Graham?
Yes.
Councilmember Watt?
Yes.
Councilmember Ginthrop?
Yes.
Councilmember Hagan?
Yes.
Ordinance passes unanimously and is approved by the mayor. The next item is the adoption of the 2026 utility rates. Ms. McClure.
Good evening. All right, I'll be presenting the 2026 staff recommendations tonight in the utility public rate public hearing. Hang on a second.
Before you begin, are these the same rates that we've already discussed before?
They are.
So this, you're just reciting once again what we've already gone through
That is correct.
through our study session? Okay.
Yep.
I just want the people at home to understand that
Yep.
we've already considered all of this and discussed it with staff, and you've already answered a lot of questions about it.
Right, so that's part of my presentation as well. So, okay, so the purpose of tonight's, stole my thunder. So the purpose of tonight's public hearing is to go over the proposed utility rate changes. As Mayor Knudsen just mentioned, these are the rates that were brought forward during the budget process in the fall. So they've already been presented to the budget committee back in the fall and then presented to the full council as part of the whole adoption of the 2026 budget. So nothing changed with those rates. They are the same rates that we brought forward at that time. Why these rate changes are needed, the customer impacts, and then the next steps. So as we know, Missouri state law requires a public hearing on any proposed sewer rate adjustments. As for the sewer rate adjustments, I will be presenting and providing a total overview of all of our 2026 utility rates. That includes water rates, sewer rates, and sanitation rates. How utility rates work. The rates fund daily operations. For a lot of the public, because we get phone calls all the time, a lot don't even realize that we do own and operate our own water and wastewater facilities. So it does fund those daily operations of those facilities. It does cover maintenance and repairs of those facilities as well. It pays for capital improvements, and it supports any emergency response as far as water main breaks and stuff like that. So why a rate adjustment is needed? Rising operational costs. We're no different than any other business out there. We see increases within salaries and benefits. We see increases within treatment cost for operating and maintaining our water and wastewater facilities. And we see increases in materials and supplies. We also see cost increases with our aging infrastructure, inflationary impacts, and then in debt service cost and capital projects that we maintain. So as far as staff's recommendations, for the effective April 2026, the average customer is gonna see about a 4.27% increase to their bottom line. This is well below the CPI factor. That was right around that time when we were setting these rates, around October, December, between that time frame. That CPI was right around 5%, so we're well below that CPI, the average. That is equivalent to $5.80 per month. In 2025, that rate increase was of 4.85%, so we're even less in 2026. For water, it's equivalent to a $1.74 increase. Wastewater equivalent to 67 cents increase to the average customer, and then solid waste is $3.37 increase to the customer. So just looking at our current rates and what our proposed rates are, you'll see there the current rates. Our average customer uses roughly around 5,353 gallons in water. And wastewater is a customer who has a winter water average based off 3,900 gallons of water. Currently, their monthly bill is right around $135.83. With the proposed rates, the staff is proposing this evening, they will see that increase up to $141.63. Again, showing that $5.80 increase to the average customer. So with that, we'll take any questions. As far as the public hearing requirements, state law does require a public hearing within 30-day notice on wastewater rate adjustments. And this slide just indicates that those requirements all were successfully met. So with that, we can open the public hearing and take any questions.
Somebody have any questions for Ms. McClure before we open the public hearing? All right, we're gonna open the public hearing. Anyone wish to come forward and speak on this issue, come on up. I don't see anybody coming forward, so we're gonna close the public hearing. Which ordinance do we have? Oh. First, our ordinance is an ordinance amending section 25-25A, water rates of the code of the city of Liberty.
Move to waive the rules, consider this on first read.
Second.
Been a motion second to waive the rules, consider on first read. All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, motion to waive the rules passes unanimously.
Move approval.
Second?
It's been a motion and a second. Do we need a roll call? Any discussion? Call the roll.
Councilmember Phillips?
Yes.
Councilmember Ponder?
Yes.
Councilmember Posel?
Yes.
Councilmember Travis?
Yes.
Councilmember Graham?
Yes.
Councilmember Watt?
Yes.
Councilmember Gintrich?
Yes.
Councilmember Hagan?
Yes.
Ordinance passes unanimously and is approved by the mayor. The next item is ordinance amending section 29-49-1, sanitary sewer rates of the code of the city of Liberty.
Move to waive the rules, consider on first read.
Second.
Been a motion second to waive the rules, consider on first read. All in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, motion to waive the rules passes unanimously.
Move its approval. Second.
Been a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed? Oh, we have to do a roll call on that.
Councilmember Phillips?
Yes.
Councilmember Ponder?
Yes.
Councilmember Posel?
Yes.
Councilmember Travis?
Yes.
Councilmember Graham?
Yes.
Councilmember Watt?
Yes.
Councilmember Gintrich?
Yes.
Councilmember Hagan?
Yes.
Ordinance passes unanimously and is approved by the mayor. The next item is a resolution adopting solid waste service charges.
Move its approval.
Second.
Been a motion second. Any discussion? Call it, just kidding. Just kidding. Caught ya. All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed? Resolution passes unanimously. Should've seen that face, that was great. Ordinance acknowledging vendor payments for the period of February the 13th, 2026 to February the 27th, 2026.
Move its approval.
This is the one excluding Screen Vision media payments.
Move its approval.
Second.
Been a motion and a second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Councilmember Phillips?
Yes.
Councilmember Ponder?
Yes.
Councilmember Posel?
Yes.
Councilmember Travis?
Yes.
Councilmember Graham?
Yes.
Councilmember Watt?
Yes.
Councilmember Gintrich?
Yes.
Councilmember Hagan?
Yes.
Ordinance to approve vendor payments passes and is approved by the mayor. The next item is an ordinance including Screen Vision media payments.
Move its approval. Second.
Been a motion and a second. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Councilmember Phillips?
Yes.
Councilmember Ponder?
Yes.
Councilmember Posel?
Yes.
Councilmember Travis?
Yes.
Councilmember Graham?
Yes.
Councilmember Watt?
Yes.
Councilmember Gintrich?
Yes.
Councilmember Hagan?
Abstain due to a potential conflict of interest.
Ordinance to approve that vendor payment passes and is approved by the mayor. The next item is an ordinance approving an agreement for services with Tech Labs for laboratory services for the wastewater treatment plant in an amount not to exceed $28,000.
Move to waive the rules, consider on first reading.
Second.
It's been a motion second to waive the rules and consider on first read. All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, motion to waive the rules passes unanimously.
Move its approval. Second.
Been a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, ordinance passes unanimously and is approved by the mayor. The next item is an ordinance amending ordinance number 12215, adoption of the FY 2026 budget for the city of Liberty.
Move to waive the rules consider on first reading. Second.
Been a motion and a second to waive the rules and consider on first read. All in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, motion to waive the rules passes unanimously.
Move its approval. Second.
There's motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, ordinance passes unanimously as approved by the mayor. The next item is an ordinance amending ordinance number 12214, adopting the annual park and park sales tax budgets for the city of Liberty.
Move to waive the rules, consider the ordinance on first reading.
Second.
Been a motion and a second to waive the rules and consider on first read. All in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, motion to waive the rules passes unanimously.
Move its approval. Second.
Been a motion and a second to adopt the ordinance. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, the ordinance passes unanimously and is approved by the mayor. The next item is an ordinance approving an agreement for services for manhole rehabilitation for the sanitary sewer truck line with HK Solutions Group Hydro Clean, an amount not to exceed $183,400.
Move to waive the rules, consider on first reading.
Second.
Been a motion second to waive the rules and consider on first read. All in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, motion to waive the rules passes unanimously.
Move its approval. Second.
Been a motion second to approve the ordinance. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, ordinance passes unanimously as approved by the mayor. Next item is an ordinance approving a contract for professional engineering services with Venestra and Kim Engineering for the Liberty Drive and Conster Street water line replacement amount not to exceed $114,700.
Move to waive the rules consider on first reading.
Second.
Been a motion second to waive the rules and consider on first read. All in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, motion to waive the rules passes unanimously.
Move for approval.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, ordinance passes unanimously and is approved by the mayor. The next item is ordinance approving an agreement with Withers Ravenel for professional engineering services to develop a water line capital investment model in an amount not to exceed $44,717.
Move to waive the rules, consider on first reading.
Second.
Been a motion second to waive the rules and consider on first read. All in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, motion to waive the rules passes unanimously.
Move its approval. Second.
There's been a motion and a second to approve the ordinance. All in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, ordinance passes unanimously as approved by the mayor. The next item is a resolution authorizing the purchase of 250 trees utilizing fee in lieu tree funding, which will be planted within the city of Liberty, Clay County, Missouri, in celebration of the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence.
Move approval of the resolution. Second.
Stereo.
Now, I'm trying to figure out who it is. Any discussion? All in favor, raise your right hand. All opposed, resolution passes unanimously. The next item is a resolution authorizing the filing of a grant application for intersection improvements at for M291 and Leonard Street with the Mid-America Regional Council.
Move its approval.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those in America Regional Council.
Move to approve the resolution.
Second.
Been a motion and a second. Any discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. All those opposed, resolution passes unanimously. All right, that's the end of the agenda with the exception of citizens' participation. If anybody wishes to come forward and speak to us on an issue that is not on the agenda tonight, come on up.
Thank you, Mayor and council members, for the opportunity to speak to you tonight. My name is Loretta Shea Klein. My husband Robert and I have been Liberty residents since 1999. In 2021, we moved to the Homestead Hills neighborhood. We became concerned recently when we learned that a data center has been approved less than 3/4 of a mile from our home. While the center is smaller in size than the mega centers that have become cause for concern around the country, may be environmental impacts related to noise, light and air pollution, and the center, while in an area zoned for light industrial, is close to residential areas. I would urge the city to keep area residents informed of development progress and include us in a process to ensure that people, pets, and wildlife will not be negatively affected. I'd be interested in knowing the experience of other cities where Metrobloks has data centers and what, if anything, they have done to ensure mitigation of environmental impacts. Thank you for your consideration and doing everything in your power to ensure the health and well-being of Liberty residents.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Robert Klein, and I am a proud resident of Liberty for the 26 plus years. I would also like to focus on the Metrobloks Data Center project. And first question is the Liberty City Council aware that when completed, the Metrobloks Data Center will be approximately a half mile from the residential neighborhood? And second question, data centers have been known to create noise pollution, air pollution, and light pollution, which can impact the health of nearby residents. Has the City of Liberty commissioned an independent study to assess the impact of the data center on the health of nearby residents and pets? And finally, I would suggest that Metrobloks and the City Council representative meet with nearby residents so that we are confident that Metrobloks will be a good neighbor. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Good evening. I would like to specifically address the city council this evening. You all know that my husband, Steve Sandeman, proudly served the citizens of Liberty as a firefighter paramedic for over 20 years. The city of Liberty has been very public in stating that his death was a direct result of his employment, even ensuring that he received a line of duty death, LODD funeral. Truly, a funeral fit for a hero. Over the last several weeks, I have shared with the council some of the struggles that I have been enduring, beginning with my appearance in January with my absolute horror that Liberty would use my husband's grave in a PR post while actively fighting his workers' compensation claim. It took several weeks and 2 appearances by me at city council meetings to get the picture of my husband's grave removed. And to this date, not one person from the city of Liberty has apologized to me for using my husband's grave in that manner. Steve was not the first LODD for Liberty, but he was the first occupational cancer LODD. This may be why some misinformation has been made regarding his workers' compensation claim. I would like to believe that it truly was a matter of ignorance and not outright lying on behalf of city staff. The entire process of workers' compensation claims regarding occupational cancer is an absolute education. I have done my best to educate the council on the 2 separate claims and how his state LODD benefits and honors cannot move forward without an approved workers' compensation claim. Along that line, the city has stated that Steve's workers' compensation claim is out of their hands. What you may not be aware of is that the city of Liberty does have an option. That is something that I have spoken with city staff several times over the last few months. The city of Liberty has chosen to not take that option. That is, if the insurance company MEM is truly the one who is denying his claim and not Liberty, Liberty can request that a settlement offer be made. This has not been done. MEM cannot file a response without the express approval of the city of Liberty. As I have previously stated, I have seen get liberty to request a settlement offer be made. Please allow my husband to finally receive the honors that are due to him. 611 days is not justice. Councilman Ponder referenced earlier receiving a flag-draped coffin. The memories that I have of former Chief Mills presenting a folded flag to me will never go away. That flag is the only thing that I have left that was touching my husband. I hope you can appreciate how much that means and how much the honors that are due to my husband should be made right. I am happy to answer any questions from any councilman.
Does anyone else wish to come forward? All right, that ends the citizens' participation for tonight. Mr. Winston,
Our next meeting is on the 23rd. And that'll be a regular session. Thank you.
This Thursday night, we will continue our celebration of America 250 with an event at the Withers branch of the Mid-Continent Public Library with the story of us. It'll be presented by the Truman Institute with Cassie Bukowski, and she will be talking about some original documents that are important in America's history. And if you still want to sign up, you can do that on the city's website. It'd be great to have you. We're grateful to Aviara, who is serving as the sponsor of this event. And it's the next step or the next feature of our year-long celebration of America 250. And I see a scout that is here. I'm glad that you're here celebrating, working toward an Eagle Scout. Way to go, congratulations. And I hope that you will consider, as part of your efforts, working on a Clay County medallion coin, that you can do that by looking at claycounty250.gov, I believe is the website. By being here tonight, you've achieved one of the steps. I think there's 7 that are involved. It's a great honor to do that. And once you do that, if you want to, I believe the Mayor of Liberty will be glad to give you that coin as a step of achievement. So glad to be here tonight. Thank you.
Do you know what time on Thursday?
7 o'clock.
Registration is open now for Make Music Liberty Day 2026. And so if you're a performer or if you want to be a venue, we want you. It's Sunday, June 21st. Actually, it falls on a Sunday. It's always on June 21st, as it's a global event that started in 1982 in France. So all over the world is Make Music Day. So you just go to makemusicliberty.org to register. That's all I have. Thank you.
The girls had finished 4th place statewide last weekend with 3 individual champions. The boys won state for the 7th year in a row, which I think is probably unprecedented, and did so without a single state champion. They had 4 second-place runner-ups and a whole bunch of others that did very well. But congratulations to them. Liberty North had a few wrestlers as well. They did just fine. They did not. That's all I've got.
ClayCounty250.org, I believe, is the
Thank you.
is the
Claycounty
website.
.250.org.
.org, not .gov. And I believe we're having an America 250 event at the Make Music Day
Yes.
as well in the evening. There'll be a sing-along at Second
Fife
Baptist.
and drums?
Huh?
Fife and drums?
Yeah.
That's right. Sing-along led by Mr. David Folk at Second Baptist, I think at 7 o'clock. So mark your calendars now. That's all I have.
all right, Councilman Palmer?
2 weeks ago, the William Jewell College Black Student Alliance, in conjunction with Garrison School Cultural Center, CCAAL, hosted a celebration for the Reverend Jesse Jackson. And I read a proclamation thanks to the city, and it was well received. I mean, the turnout was good. People were glad that we I don't consider us a backwater town, but we're kind of off the beaten track in some ways. We're glad that this was hosted, and what, to me, these things are beginning to exemplify, we have a voice. We can speak to many different issues. We may not always sing the same song, but we know the tune or whatever how that goes. And just being there at William Jewell College and seeing this happen, the food was delicious. I thought AJ was going to OD on the food. It was great because they put it together. You know, the small things that happen, some people look at them and say they're insignificant, but to somebody, something matters regardless of what we do and how we do it. And, but on behalf of the city, I represented Liberty, and I had met Reverend Jackson in a very crazy situation many years ago, and being there to listen to other people who had been in his presence was just great, because when someone steps out and they step out to do what they feel is right, Sammy Davis Jr. said, everybody didn't like Jesus Christ. So what does that mean? That why should anyone expect to be liked for what they do? But just the fact that there are many things that are happening and have been happening, and to see it, I'll tell you a quick story. I was living in Kansas City. Reverend Jackson came to town. My daughter went everywhere with me. That night, her mom said she couldn't go because the place was going to be packed. I jump in my car, go out to UMKC, I park illegally, and I run into the auditorium, the door, and I open the door. Reverend Jackson is on the platform speaking, and he stops and looks back at me and does me like this. And I come through the crowd, and I get up to him, and he's up here, and he points right down here. There's nothing but a floor. There's no chair. There's just a floor. And that's where he wanted me to sit. And that's where I sat. And Jesse finished, I call him Rev, Jesse finished his speech, and everybody's just kind of, you know, they're shaking hands, etc., glad handing. And I'm ushered right into the off stage, into the back with Reverend Jackson. And we're standing, 4 or 5 of us standing there, and just small talk. And they bring a tray of fried chicken through, and they stop, and they give us a napkin, and we grab a piece of chicken, and we stand and eat chicken with Reverend Jackson. And someone, they're thinking I'm with them, they're taking pictures, etc. I just happen to be facing the crowd. But anyway, and someone eventually comes over and says, Reverend Jackson, so-and-so from television station wants to talk to you. And he excuses himself and walks away. And eventually we all dispersed. That was my connection to Jesse until he ran for president in 1984 when he came to Dallas. And seeing what has transpired as far as people coming out to be with the family, etc., presidents, etc., says a lot that the commitment of a person, the only perfect person is a person who does nothing. It's the only perfect person. A person who does something is flawed, will make mistakes, the whole bit. But since there are no perfect people around, Jesse exemplified what we can all take just a piece. We don't have to agree with everything, but we can take a piece of that commitment to go forward with civility. And in doing that, when you talk about 250, I think that's a great idea. But 250 has a significance of what we can do during the time coming into it and beyond, because that's what America's all about. It's all of us. That's it.
I just wanted to highlight, I know this weekend William Jewell College played host to the Liberty Education Foundation, which is a great cause to raise money to support different children in different programs in the area, and it was an amazing turnout to see the city come together to support children. I will acknowledge William Jewell also playing some good basketball right now. I'm surprised you're not jumping up or at the gym right now celebrating that, but playing some good ball, so I owe you some credit for that one. And then lastly, I know we go through the agenda pretty quick, but the 2025 encumbrances, when we approve the budgets, there is just months and months and months of work that goes into that budget process. And I think I saw Vicky, oh, there she is in the corner and stuff. Probably, I know she spent more time presenting the rates, but I think when we talk about what she has to do selling each and building all that and working with the different programs, it is an incredible effort that goes in to make the budget for the entire city. So I wanted to give that a little extra emphasis because I know we kind of breezed through the final vote here pretty quick, but man, there's just a ton packed into that to kind of get through what's going to be the next 12 months and all the different programs and the mayor's very ambitious agenda to make us the greatest, or continue our reign as the greatest city on planet Earth. So
I like the way you think. That's great.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up about Jewel winning the Great Lakes Valley Conference. You know, it was kind of fun. The PD gave him an escort home last night. But on Saturday, I walked through the cemeteries over at Fairview New Hope, and I was collecting the wreaths from wreaths across America. And it's just always a fun time for me to reflect how some of the small things in our community make a big difference over time. And just walking through and seeing the continued improvements and changes Mr. Garland's been, you know, allowing Mr. Ford, our sexton, to work through and to work on, and the collaboration with the whole parks maintenance crew, it's really starting to show. This spring right now, I think we're gonna be in a really good position. We're still continuing. I checked up, I'd mentioned here a couple of weeks ago, we were looking at some new opportunities to possibly help work on our cleaning improvements, plus some new opportunities to clean other stones. And I checked on those. It's impressive to look at, and when you get those options to see yay or nay, and maybe, maybe not. But to see where our cemeteries are at this time is just unbelievable, and kind of leads me into, again, talk about our first cemetery cleanup day is coming up on the 21st at Mount Memorial at Jewel. And that's the one, like I say, with the walls, it tends to gather a lot of leaves, a lot of tree branches from all over campus. Amazingly, ended up in that little area. So the more that can come out, church groups, scout groups, we have many, many ways that we can take care and clean and improve onto those. And we only ask for 3 hours. So March 21st from 9 to noon. So anyone that can come would be much appreciated. Thank you.
Nothing new.
Yeah, Jewel won the Great Lakes Valley Conference tournament last night, and so I thought, well, gosh, and they're gonna be playing against the #1 seed in the Midwest region, and so I was gonna try to talk Mr. Graham into going with me, but apparently you can't get to Canton, Ohio from here. You gotta go through like Cleveland or Akron.
You can drive, man.
It's like, how far is that?
I don't
It's like
know.
almost to Pennsylvania, for God's sake.
I did Cleveland to Kansas City in a day once.
Say it's been 11 hours.
You can do it. Where you fly into Cleveland and drive for an hour.
A Steelers fan would have
How
got.
committed are you?
Well, it was $800 and plus hotel, and it was gonna be like, yeah, it was, but, you know, I think that, Coach McCabe has done a fantastic job. It's the second time they've won it in 3 years. If we can get them up in the rankings and, you know, they become a top 8 team in the nation, then they'll host one. Well, I'd rather be spending my money on NIL to get some players here. They have done,
$800 isn't gonna
they
get
have
you
done a
there.
fantastic job, and if I were Walsh, I'd be a little frightened that the GLVC champion is gonna be their first round opponent, because you'd rather play, I mean, Rockhurst got beat early in the tournament, and they're seated higher, but I think that Walsh would probably rather be playing somebody else from the Great Lakes Valley Conference than Jewel. So McCabe has done a fantastic job, and you know, I always say winning is contagious, and you know, they're now, between that and what the city's doing with them and everything that the city, it's contagious. Winning's contagious. Everywhere you look in the greatest city on planet Earth is winning. So
Speaking about the bricks in front of you, why don't you tell people about that, since we all, I think it's that one.
actually, you know, I said this at the State of City the other day, that, you know, we spent, I don't know, 30 seconds on the police expansion, because you know, and just over a year ago, we had a hard-fought campaign to help support our first responders. It's a $20 million project, and we have so many things going that at the state of the city, we only spend about 30 seconds on a police expansion, on an expansion project. You know, we talked about the LMV project that came forward tonight, $40 million, another 150 jobs, making almost $80,000 a year. We have so many good things going. Right now, they're doing the Ford stamping plant, another 175 million, another 150 employees. We have so many good things going that I think if this were for most cities in Northwest Missouri, the police expansion would be the biggest project they would have done in probably 5 to 10 years. In most cities in Northwest Missouri, getting a $175 million expansion project like the Ford's doing is unheard of. The $40 million is unheard of. Dakota Bodies, which we talked about, that's unheard of. We're doing so many things that are unheard of that I think it probably does get lost. That we could go through an entire thing and forget that an hour and a half ago we were tearing down a wall just next to us because we're already moving on. We always say at the end of the year, what's next? What's next is that'll be done, and hopefully we'll have a building going up on the square by the end of March. So it's a great day to be in Liberty. We're adjourned.